بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين أما بعد حدثنا سفيان بن وكيع أنبأنا جميع بن عمرو بن عبد الرحمن العجلي قال حدثني رجل من بني تميم من ولد أبي هالة زوج خديجة رضي الله تعالى عنها يكنى أبا عبد الله عن ابن لأبي هالة عن الحسن بن علي رضي الله تعالى عنه قال سألت خالي هند بن أبي هالة وكان وصافا فقلت صف لي منطق رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم قال كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم متواصل الأحزان دائم الفكرة ليست له راحة طويل السكت لا يتكلم في غير حاجة يفتتح الكلام ويختمه بأشداقه ويتكلم بجوامع الكلم إلى آخر الحديث الشريف. Very long hadith sharif. When we started this kitab from the same narrator, and again one of the hadith sharif at the beginning, that is also Hind ibn Abi Hala, uncle of Hassan radiyallahu ta'ala. In this hadith sharif also, Hassan radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, grandson of Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he's mentioning about his uncle, his mamu, Hind ibn Abu Hala. Hazrat Khadija radiyallahu ta'ala anha, she was married to Abu Hala before Nabi sallallahu alayhi wasallam. And from Abu Hala, she had son called Hind. So now Hind radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, will be brother of Fatima radiyallahu ta'ala anha from the same mum, different fathers. Same mum and different fathers. So Hassan radiyallahu ta'ala anhu's hadith sharif, maybe we will go into the detail of this hadith sharif after Ramadan. I'm intending to do 40 hadith sharifa in Fajr Dars during the month of Ramadan about Al-Aqsa. 40 hadith sharifa about Al-Aqsa. Make dua. That's what is intention. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us love of Al-Aqsa. So that's why this is beautiful hadith sharif, very long hadith sharif, and we will end only on few sentences. That Hind bin Abu Hala, he was expert to narrate the description of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I haven't been to some of the different countries of Sham except Jordan and Palestine. But we came to know that they have, like today is Thursday, every Thursday they have gathering where they mention Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, description of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Shama'il of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And they make an extra effort to recite salatu salam onto Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Without the love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our deen will be very, very dry. Without the muhabbat of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, deen will be very, very dry. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from that dryness Some people say Tawheed, 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 and they don't give due right of love and muhabbat and ishq. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from that dryness onto the name of Tawheed. And some people, ishq and muhabbat, and they commit shirk. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from that also. On a name of love and muhabbat and ishq, you commit shirk. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah is Allah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us from the shirk. But love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam should become oxygen of our iman. Ishq and muhabbat of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam should become oxygen of every ayat and every riwayat to internalize. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us that love. Here look, Sahaba used to do that. Sahaba used to do that. When you go to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Medina Munawwara, now the trend is changing, and may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them from another extreme. There was extreme before, everything shirk, 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 shirk. And now trend is changing. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them from another extreme, that they even start allowing shirk. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect them. Haqq is in between. Look, Hind, uncle of Hassan radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, brother of Fatima radiyallahu ta'ala anha, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam's stepson, and he was expert of mentioning description of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the way he mentioned description, we are in 2024. Even if we will go into the 2124, or even if we will go into the 3124, wallahi, technology will not reach to that level where they will capture Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam and present it to you the way Sahaba are presenting to you. Because they have the technology of love, ishq, muhabbat. Hind radiyallahu ta'ala anhu describes Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but every sentence is intense love of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaking. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us that love. Hassan radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he said that I asked my uncle Hind bin Abu Hala, and before he mentioned what I asked, first he said Wakana was sofan, that he used to narrate description of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. May Allah make us such that day come that I don't remember the way I remember Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I don't remember anybody else. I cannot imagine anybody else the way I can imagine Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In my imagination, whole description of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam remains in front of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring that day. And we have that authentic Quran and Hadith Sharif. I mentioned it to you. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam is only one human being into the human history that authentically everything about him is being recorded. You will not find any human from the creation of Adam alayhi salatu wasalam until the day of Qiyamah. You will not find any human that whose life is being preserved in an authentic manner the way Nabi Sassam's life is being preserved. And that's why one of the Orientalists said that for one human, Muslims have preserved whole lives of hundreds of thousands of people. Those who narrate Hadith Sharif, they will go into the hundreds and thousands of people. Because narrators from Sahaba, narrators from Tabi'een, narrators from Tab'ut Tabi'een, and then narrators go on and on and on. So all of them, their lives are being preserved in an authentic manner. Why? Because they talking about Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whether he is trustworthy or not, whether he is reliable or not, whether he speaks the truth or not. So much so that only once in a life he spoke the lie, it is being recorded. So just for the sake of one man, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just for the sake of one human, Muslims have preserved one special sciences of knowledge that is called ilm asma or rijal. That people, their name, where they were born, which century they were born, how he was, authenticity wise, honesty wise, truthfulness wise, trustworthiness wise, everything is being preserved. So much so that you go and ask one of the great muhaddis that what do you say about this narrator? He said, I don't trust him. And when you dig out who that narrator is his own father. Is his own father. So my own father, if he is not trustworthy about my Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, then they have declared. They have declared. No other nation has this sciences of knowledge the way Muslims have. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us deep love. So Hind bin Abu Hala, he was expert of narrating description of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So Hasan radiyallahu ta'ala said that, can you describe me speech of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam? And here too, in this hadith sharif, it is being mentioned, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to speak few words, but that few words will become comprehensive speech. You know, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam speaking after seeing everything. That's why so many things he had spoken. Even Qiyamah will come, we cannot say that we have done justification of interpreting that sentence. Because he had seen Mala'ul A'la, he had seen Lawhul Mahfuz, he has seen first heaven, second heaven, third heaven, fourth heaven, fifth heaven. He had seen Alam-e Barzakh, Anbiya alayhimus salatu wassalam. They were got together for the sake of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he laid salat. He saw Jannat, he saw Jahannam, he saw everything, and then he speaks. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such that before we die, we know every ayat and every hadith sharif of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And how unfair we will be if we know Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam less than your sports star. How unfair we will be. How unfair we will be. That if you know your Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam less than you know your own politicians. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It must be such that I know my mum less compared to what I know about my Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Then I am a true Muslim. I know my dad less compared to what I know about my Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I know myself less compared to what I know about my Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I have shared many times, one of our students asked that how can that be possible? That you know Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than you know yourself. So I said to him, one of the scholar, he had compiled everything with dates that 577 AD and so Hijri, this morning, this day of Jamadiul Awwal or Rabiul Akhir, and this morning this incident took place. He had tried to, compile every day, date and time. So I gave simple example to my student that today is the 7th of March, isn't it? Today is the 7th of March. Unto the 7th of February, the morning, lunch and supper, all these 3 different times, what I had eaten or what I had done, I won't remember. But my Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what did he do is being recorded authentically. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us such that we know our Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam more than we know anybody and everybody. So I don't know, we have intention that Fajr time we want to do 40 ahadith sharifa. about Masjid al-Aqsa. Because last night also I was speaking, Isha time, one of the Sahabis, Saliq Ghitfani radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he came into the masjid and Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam made him stand up to perform salat. So when he is performing salat, the hikmat, the wisdom of Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was behind that everybody must see him. His appearance was suggesting that he is in a dire need. He is a destitute. People must help him out. So to declare his situation, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam made him stand up. And Sahaba, as soon as they saw Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at the end, tahallala wajhuhu bishran. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam was over the moon because they brought so much of stuff to help Saliq. So today same thing is happening. Gaza is in front of you, like Saliq. And whatever will take place between the people of Gaza and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is between themselves. They have iman. How Allah is helping them, me and you blind cannot see. Because we are blindfolded without the narrative of Quran and Sunnah. Whoever has narrative of Quran and Sunnah, he is not being blindfolded. And whoever does not have narrative of Quran and Sunnah, he is blindfolded. Who has only media narrative, he is blindfolded. So how Allah's unseen creation helping them, that is between themselves and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They have only one of the two choices, one of the two options. Either we will free Masjid al-Aqsa or either we will become martyr. No third option. No third option. That is what they have decided. But they are like Saliq Ghitfani today. Because whole Gaza, you and I can watch. You and I can observe what is happening. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's camera is recording that when Saliq Ghitfani was made to stand into the midst of Sahaba, how Sahaba behaved. They cared for him. They felt his pain. They felt his destituteness. They felt his need and they helped him out. Have we got same sort of remorse, pain, agony, tossing and turning, reaction towards Al-Ghazza? That is what matters for me and you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us some heart. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us some heart. And the propaganda world, sometimes when you have sympathy for these oppressed, whole community is being oppressed. They have no food. Sometimes they are eating grass, no water, no electricity, no roof. Suffering beyond suffering. Suffering after suffering. You feel sympathy for them, and some of the tricky leaders of the world, they say, that is radical Islam for your sympathy. Then you go to them and tell them that you have radical Islamophobic attitudes. You should be taken to task, not we. You have no humanity. Your humanity is dead. You have no human values. In a shape of human, you are worse than human, worse than animals. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them hidayah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them hidayah. So when you go through media narrative, then very quickly, you also will act like them and speak like them and behave like them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us. And if you go through Quran and Sunnah narrative, then you will act like Sahaba. You will behave like Sahaba. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us tawfiq. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Ya awwal al-awwalin, ya akhir al-akhirin, ya rahim al-masakin, ya dhal quwwati al-matin, ya dhal manni fala yumannu alayk, ya dhal tawli, ya dhal jalali wal ikram. La ilaha illa ant. زهر اللاجئين وجار المستجيرين ومأمن الخائفين يا مأمن الخائفين إن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب أشقياء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء فامحو عنا اسم الشقاء وإن كنت كتبتنا عندك في الكتاب مقترا علينا أرزاقنا فامحو تقطير رزقنا وحرمان رزقنا واكتبنا وأثبتنا عندك سعداء ووفقنا الخير فإنك تقول في كتابك يمحو الله ما يشاء ويثبت وعنده الكتاب. اللهم إنا نسألك فعل الخيرات وترك المنكرات وحب المساكين وأن تغفر لنا وترحمنا، فإذا أردت بقوم فتنة فتوفنا غير مفتونين، غير خزايا ولا ندامة ولا مفتونين. اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا توفنا مسلما والحقنا بالصالحين. اللهم ثبتنا على الإيمان وأمتنا على الإيمان واهدنا الصراط المستقيم، صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم من النبيين والصديقين والشهداء والصالحين. اللهم احفظنا من كل بلاء الدنيا وعذاب القبر وعذاب الآخرة. اللهم ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم. وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلقه سيدنا وحبيبنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين برحمته.